Hey everyone, it's Steve. January 27th, 2025, it's a Monday. And this footage is from throughout the week. Back here on the MR-1, we're working on the X-axis now. As you can see, we have the Y covers on there and they're functioning and working properly now. So I try to reuse as much of the designed 3D parts as possible, but as you can see, the I don't know what you call it, the top slider rail, it was sticking out a little too far, a little too close to the sides of the enclosure. So I kind of slid it forward just temporarily just to see if that's going to be good enough. I did eventually print, as you'll see later in the video, the new sliders. I ended up printing so many parts for this build, just like lots of mistakes, and in large part due to measuring, there's some strange geometry on the brackets of the gantry, so it would have been really helpful if I had like a 3D scanner. I actually considered buying one after this project, but the wife talked me out of it. If you ever want to be talked out of buying a new tool, just tell your wife about it. Okay, so I'm testing the fit on the back here. And the back edge I had to actually fold out. You can't see from this view, but on the back side of the gantry, there's another linear rail right on the top corner. And so I had to bend the aluminum flashing on the back side out a bit, because I didn't want that rubbing on the rail. And then I had to cut kind of like this little notch. So there's just like a lot of little modifications I had to make to these covers, just due to weird stuff on the mill. And then the bracket that holds the covers onto the spindle head. So I wanted the bracket on this part to just slide on. I didn't want to tap and drill any more holes. This build has a total of 4 tapped and drilled holes, and those were for the Y-axis. There was just like no good place and no good way to mount the brackets there. So, but on the X-axis, I was able to make these parts to just be able to slide on and off, which is really convenient. If you ever drilled and tapped cast metal, it's kind of a pain. If you look at the plastic shroud on the connector, you can see there's a little gap there. I've since corrected that in the latest iteration. I just didn't want chips getting in there. And here's the bracket on the left side. You can see I had to cut a little notch there because of the set screw for the limit switch. And so that brought me into Fusion 360. I just had to extend the hole straight through. And on this part, that's the plastic shroud, I had to remove the little notch that I had on there. I ended up putting the notch back on, and it's not in this video. After a few more days, I made some more adjustments to these parts. And just a quick slice check, just to make sure that the layers are all behaving nicely. I try to print all these parts with no supports. And that was the Bamboo Labs, and this is the Prusa. So those parts took a while, but once those are printed, I got those on there. And you can see that huge gap is still there. So I did fix that later, just not in this video. And the left side, there's the notch. That left side actually drops down a little further. The bolt goes straight through, and I ended up having to notch the other side of that plastic part. I only notched one side of it, and so the bolt sticking through was stopping the plastic part from sliding all the way down. Ew. Right. So as you can see, I had to make some more adjustments. I didn't quite have enough clearance there. The nice thing about plastic and printed parts for stuff like this is that if you do crash the machine in any way, it's just going to crush the plastic and it'll save the machine. So yeah, more shenanigans. This left side, for whatever reason, was really challenging. I had a lot of iterations on the left. I think because overall the shroud is higher, it needs to clear the stepper motor. But eventually I got it all worked out. This is not the final iteration. I might post the final in the next video, just really quick for you guys to see. But it's not much different from what you see here. And so, yep, just the final test, jogging everything, making sure things work more or less the way they should. And that's that. So I guess I'm just gonna, run with this for a while, see how it works under actual, under an actual workload, and with chips flying everywhere and coolant and all that stuff. So, alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.